Ethan had always turned to the mountains when life felt unbearable. This time he was running from the guilt that weighed on his heart, especially because he felt he had failed his family. He thought the Rockies might offer the peace he desperately needed, even though something deep inside warned him this trip would be different. Just before sunset, he came across a small wooden sign pointing toward an overgrown path. Beside it stood an old man, leaning on a cane and watching him closely. "You heading up there alone?" the man asked with his low voice. Then, Ethan nodded. "Yeah, I just need some time to clear my head." The man frowned. "If you are looking for peace, you won't find it up there. They say you will hear the midnight whistle if you stay too long." Ethan raised an eyebrow. "What is the midnight whistle?" Suddenly, the man's gaze darkened. A train that vanished in these mountains decades ago. It was carrying stolen gold, but it crashed and no one survived. Some say it still roams the forest at night. If you hear it, you better leave. Then, Ethan chuckled nervously. "I am not afraid of ghost stories." But later that night, as he lay under the stars, he woke to a strange and distant sound. At first it was faint, just a soft whistle cutting through the cold night air. Then it grew louder, like the screeching of metal against tracks. Suddenly the ground beneath him felt alive. Ethan scrambled out of his tent and his breath was visible in the icy mist. In the distance, through the fog, he saw it. A shadowy train barreling forward. Its windows glowed faintly, and behind the glass, ghostly faces stared out. Then, one face froze him in place because a boy with hollow eyes looked directly at him, as if pleading for help before disappearing from his sight. The next morning, Ethan found something near the ashes of his campfire. It was a train ticket, old and unmarked, lying there as if waiting for him. Then, Ethan's hand shook as he picked it up, and then he realized the mountains weren't silent anymore. They were calling him. And Ethan knew he had no choice but to follow the train. If this story gave you chills, click the link below to discover the thrilling ending. You won't believe what Ethan uncovers.